Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ayman. I would like to share a story that's very touching to myself and many people around me. The story is of how I ended up getting stabbed and becoming closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I come from Iraq, and I came here from when I was 7 years old. My father brought us over here to basically have a better future. And what happened was that, we was brought up in the wrong area. People started doing like robbing mobile phones, making a gang, deciding to make a name for themselves. And the thing is, within London itself, you don't have to have a personal issue with someone to get attacked. You might speak to someone that has a problem with a gang member. And with my situation, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the person that ended up stabbing me from after Salat al-Asr, from when I prayed coming back from work, it was my first day at work. I enjoyed it, I loved it. It was my future job. I've always wanted to do this, and inshallah, I wanted to have my own company by the age of 26. I'm only 22 now. I got stabbed when I was 21. And then straight after Asr, I decided to go and get a little snack because I haven't had nothing to eat all day. On my way to the shop, I was with a brother. And then as we got closer, something didn't seem right to me. Something did not seem right at all. So what I did, I let the brother in front of me walk ahead of me, just in case if there was any problems. I wouldn't want him to get hurt, or I wouldn't want myself to get hurt. So I let him walk in front of me. The brother ended up saying hello to this person. And as soon as this person turned around, we didn't have a problem. I didn't know that I had a problem with him, which I don't. I didn't know he had a personal problem with me. And until this day, only Allah knows what the real issue was. So I think this is the reason, maybe, Allahu A'lam, this is the reason why I ended up getting stabbed. And I decided to speak to this person, saying, how are you, how is things with you, like what are you doing with your life? And then I told him, look, it's my first day at work, I'm happy, alhamdulillah. He's not Muslim, but alhamdulillah. As soon as I turned around, it wasn't even a step. It wasn't even a step. As soon as I turned around, he ended up stabbing me. And where he stabbed me was right here. And the knife literally went horizontal. So from here, it came out of my belly. So this was the distance of the knife. Like this was the distance that the knife traveled through. It went through my blood vessels, the main nerve that I have in my leg. So now I got a nerve damage running on the left side of my body from my pelvis going down. And I'm constantly in pain. And I'm under so much medications that I have to take. And right now I suffer from the nerve damage and a colostomy bag. I got a colostomy bag on my belly. My life started from the day I got stabbed, because that's from the day I got closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my life was a blessing. I knew my life was a blessing from the day I got stabbed. And I want to thank all the doctors, even the doctors, the nurses. They do a lot, they do a lot. And I stopped breathing, and my heart stopped on so many occasions. And machine to bring me back, because people need to understand that not even the machine of this dunya, nothing in this dunya will bring you back to life apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the doctors pronounced me dead, and one of them was just about to leave the theatre room to go and inform my family and friends that they tried their best. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did a miracle, and He brought me back to life, and the machine started making the noises again. Beep, beep. The doctors couldn't believe it. They came back to my aid. They decided to put me in surgery straight away. And alhamdulillah, I am here today. And alhamdulillah, my doctor was an atheist. And this miracle made him look into a religion, made him look into Islam and find that, And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did two miracles that day. One is to bring me back to life. And two is to let this atheist, this person that hasn't believed in Allah, it's made him want to look into Islam. So alhamdulillah, it's a miracle. I met my wife, and she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Wallah al-Adim, Islamically, she's made me gain so much knowledge. She's right now, alhamdulillah. When I was talking to her, she wasn't in this country. She was in the Middle East. She used to call me just to make sure I pray my salah, even though she's not even in the same country. And she used to give me so much advice. She's made me the man I am today. And And since she's been in my life, wallahi, I've lost so many people. But since she's come in my life, she's opened doors to me. And she wants, she's always been that person. She's not just my wife, she's my best friend. She's my partner. She's I wouldn't want anything else apart from her. Wallah al-Adim, I wouldn't change her for this dunya and everything in it. I wouldn't exchange her for this world and everything in it. I wouldn't, Wallah al-Adim. Even though since I've met my wife, I've seen people's true colors. Because of, like I said, everybody wants good for you until you become better than them. And this is how it seems. People see that I've become religious. And they don't like that. Even Muslims, the closer you are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, people decide, either Muslims decide to go their separate ways. It's like they don't like you being religious. For what reason? I do not know. We are all Muslims. But alhamdulillah, my wife, I got married to her. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I take it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took that job away from me to grant me something much better. Your wife is someone that completes your deen. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made for me. He's completed my deen. And I've never been this closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never in my life of 22 years of living. And I've never been this happy. And she encourages me to be a better Muslim, not even just a better person, a better Muslim. So I encourage the brothers and the sisters to get married as early as possible, to be honest. Because wallah al-Adim, you don't know what you're missing out. I'm only 22 years old. My wife is older than me. Alhamdulillah, my wife is 27 years old. And some brothers have said to me, isn't it weird, isn't it? Like, don't you feel different knowing that your wife is older than you? It's because of her. She's made me rise my iman. She's made me get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So age is only a number. I do want to go and study in the Middle East, inshallah. I am originally from Iraq. I have lost my language, the Arabic language, a bit, and I need to work on that. I do want to go to the Middle East, inshallah, to Saudi Arabia, or somewhere in the Middle East to study, to relearn my Arabic, to learn the Quran, to learn the hadiths, and move on from there. And inshallah, you never know, I could be a sheikh one day giving lectures.